Hey everyone, Richard Phillips back at you with some more modern action. Today we're going to be trying out something a little bit different. We are going to be playing Future Modern based on some of the spoilers from the new Modern Horizon sets. So the new Modern Horizon set is scheduled to come out in June of this month, and ahead of that there have been some leaks from a former WotC employee that have been circulating the internet. That basically went through all the different reprints of the cards. So I thought that today we would try out what some current existing modern decks would look like with some of these reprints. So today I brought along my friend Nicholas from Germany, who will be helping us out. Nicholas, do you want to say hi?
Hi, everybody. Nice to be back on the channel.
Yeah, if you guys remember, or if you've been fans for a while, way back in the day, we did a version very similar to this, where we were playing Dredge against Blue-White, and that was really interesting. So I'm glad to be able to do this again.
Yeah, with the God accounts, we can just play along and see what we can do with the format that is supposedly become a thing this summer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. So yeah, both Nick and I have these God accounts that you can purchase from Magic Online every so often, especially when they're doing like Pro Tour qualifications and things like that. So we're able to bring all kinds of nonsense to you, the viewing public. So today I'm going to be playing a version of Grixis Death Shadow with the big inclusion being Stifle. So this deck is now getting to play 4 main deck copies of Stifle, which is really exciting for a few different reasons. One of the issues that this deck has always kind of had, especially in the blue-white matchup, is that the blue-white deck would just be able to stabilize and would have enough mana to then cast all of its spells. So it would kill all your stuff, and then it would just top deck well and kill you with a Planeswalker. Stifle can hopefully prevent the opponent from getting quite as far into the game plan as they'd like to. Like if you can stifle their turn 1 fetch land and then really disrupt their mana, you can probably kill them before they can get down a Planeswalker that's going to be able to kill you. So that's what we're trying out here. I took a relatively stock Grixis Delver list that has been coming around, and I cut a few things. Like I had to cut a Delver to fit it in, and cut a few other things just to get it. But we're going to be up and ready to go in just a second here with some action. Nick, do you want to talk a little bit about the blue-white deck that you're going to be playing?
Yeah, so I usually play heavy draw go style of decks. So previously I started with blue white red control and transitioned over to Esper control for the, I don't know, since Fatal Push came out, I think. I love drawing cards. I love stopping the game plan my opponent is bringing to the table. And I've been playing Legacy in this way for a long time as well. So Miracles is one of the decks, and Standstill as well. And so today we try to merge like the knowledge we have of Legacy with the cards that are supposedly coming out in this summer in Modern Horizons 2. And so we have 2 Council's Judgment and 3 Counterspells in this nice little blue-white shell. And then the spicy parts in here are the 4 Standstills, the 4 Shark Typhoons, which has been a part of Modern and has been a player in Modern for quite some time. But Standstill, and then to complement this nice enchantment suite, we have Hall of Helios Generosity in the deck. So I'm looking forward to playing a 2-mana Standstill, drawing cards, because my opponent has to crack the Standstill before I have to, and then just if we have some trouble on the board, we will just play a Shark Typhoon and then defend until we can reach the late game and just win the game this way. Yep.
Awesome, Nick. Yeah. And that's going to be our first matchup. We'll be jamming these 2 decks against each other. We have a few other deck lists in the queue for today. I'll put them in the description below, and hopefully we can get to all of them and really see what a supposed new Modern will look like in June. So stay tuned for match 1. I'll be back in just a second. All right, everyone. Welcome to round number 1. We're playing Grixis Death Shadow versus Blue-White Control with the new Modern Horizon 2 cards spoiled, supposedly. I'm going to reveal my companion, which is important in this matchup, and then we're going to move on to mulligan decisions. And I guess what's kind of important is that we're going to be mulliganing based on whether or not this would beat like a normal Modern hand we're not going to mulligan or not mulligan based on whether or not it's good in this matchup. Like, we're going to pretend that this is just some random deck that we're playing against.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized that you said this. You included supposedly as well in talking about the spoilers. Yeah, I think it's important to mention that this person was usually right.
Yeah.
Or I don't think there is a case where they were wrong.
Right.
About the whole thing.
Yeah. It would have to have been something that they were, left out of the loop or something like that towards the very end when they did the print run, because it's not really known exactly how deep they are in the company, but they probably saw the print run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My hand looks good.
Awesome.
Maybe a bit risky.
Okay.
I think I'll keep it.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to keep mine. I have a few cards here that are a little better on the play than on the draw, but I think I'm relatively happy with what's going on here.
And that's it for my first turn.
All right. There's, I'm going to say, more reason to be reactive than proactive right now. I think possibly this might be faulty logic for me. There's a chance that against like a normal deck, I'm supposed to just fire off something here, but I don't know if an island is enough information against like a random opponent to make the play that I just did. But it could be, because I've got multiple different things up here. All right, so this is a standstill here. This is going to reward the play pretty dramatically.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was holding up my my stubborn denial.
Yeah. I was expecting like a discard spell, but yeah.
Yeah, right. That's my options were I could either cast a discard spell or I could cast a hand disruption, yeah.
But this was pretty much like Christmas Wonderland, and now you can see why I kept this hand.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I drew the third standstill in my draw step.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so I think I'm supposed to... Oh, boy, how do I even beat this? All right, well, I guess I take I'm not going to take Counterspell, so I guess I take that. Yeah.
Wait a second. I can play around your next stubborn denial. Just slam it.
Yeah.
Then see where we go. It's very nice that that you showed me the spoilers for the Modern Horizon set, because I intended to play Standstill and Legacy. But yeah, having it in Modern is huge. I like it.
Yeah, that's
you just
awesome.
grabbed Luris, right?
Yeah, I just did Luris, exactly, yeah. Yeah, so I put Luris in my hand. That doesn't use the stack. It's not a spell, so the Standstill's still there.
Yeah, I'm not cracking my Vista because I want to draw lands right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes the token huge. Yeah.
All right, so there is a play that I can make here, and it's probably the only thing I can do, so I'm going to just do it.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna just crack the...
Yeah, crack the standstill. Yeah.
What is... So you're running the lures into my counterspell, and you can right now just... So you can't do anything with you can't just replay anything from the graveyard right now. I mean, I have the mana to Oh, right.
Yeah, so
I see it coming.
there's a few things there. I didn't want to just like telegraph my play. So there's actually a
Yeah.
few things to note, all involving this play, which I think like literally all of those different things are super interesting. Also,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a watery grave here. So
Yeah.
what I think there's a couple things. First off, Stifle does not stifle the standstill trigger because of the way that standstill's worded.
Yeah.
It'll just sacrifice itself again. So if I tried
Yeah.
to stifle the standstill trigger, it would literally just sacrifice itself again. But
Yeah.
what Nick probably should have done is crack the prismatic vista with the standstill trigger still in the stack, because then if I tried to stifle his prismatic vista, the standstill would have gone off again. It wouldn't have mattered too much, but it's probably just like something to note. So now I'm going to force the prismatic vista and hope that he hasn't drawn lands off of his.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just fine. And that is like one of the things when you look at counterspell in modern. So a few things are also here at work. So I have the prismatic vista. I have the prismatic vista because it's the fetch land that this deck wants and needs, and this is because of another card that is has been spoiled, and it's Prize of Progress. And so we constructed the deck in a way that it was not soft to Prize of Progress.
Yeah.
And so I cannot fetch, like I have only basics in play, and I cannot cast Counterspell. So there is one of the reasons why Counterspell and other cards in conjunction are not that busted in modern. So I have to let this go.
Yep, that was kind of the hope.
So
And now I might have to get you to spoil your Supreme Verdict on this, which was kind of the hope, but
okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
just cycling Shark Typhoons. Yeah, that's a completely reasonable play too. Yep. All right, so I know that your hand is Supreme Verdict and Counterspell.
Right.
All right, that still doesn't cast Counterspell. Oh, okay, it does cast
around.
Path though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We got an island.
Help you a bit with your life total.
Yeah. Well, it's getting kind of low. I was thinking before about the possibility of getting a basic. So there's one more. There's a Blood Crypt in the deck. I could get the Blood Crypt tapped here. I could get it untapped. I don't know exactly. I just don't want to die to a random shark. So I think I am just going to get the Blood Crypt tapped here. And then I'm going to cast... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You also have to play around the fact that I can just get back Shark Typhoon or Standstill.
Yeah, exactly,
so
yeah.
I could just come down, like I could just play Standstill next turn, the way the game is turning out to be right now.
Yeah.
So it's probably the best for you to just slam a threat. And see if I can't get around it.
Right, I'm trying here. It's not. This deck is not very threat dense, which is one of the problems with it.
Yeah.
But that's why the play that I made was the yeah.
Yeah, and so now I just use the hall. Ah, nice.
Yeah, I stifle it again because I mean I'm gonna lose if another standstill resolves like at any point in this game. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a nice interaction. I like it.
Yeah, I'm super behind here, but yeah, I mean I get it. I guess I'll take a damage. That's fine.
Yeah. It's funny that I still can't cast like Counterspell.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. The mana leak would have been a lot better than Counterspell in this game so far.
Yeah.
So that's just something to note.
Let's do it again. And by that I mean getting another token.
Yeah. Really? All right. Force pitch Counterspell. That's fine. I'm gonna do it now while you don't have. I mean, if you want to force again, go ahead. I guess. Like.
No, not really. Okay. Another inclusion that has been quite prominent in blue-white control decks, I think, Aspiring Spike was one of the first to like promote this land in control because you have so many basics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hall of Heliod's Generosity has been really good this game. There's probably a chance that we should be playing more of these and less Colonnades in the deck. Actually, I'd say there's probably a pretty good chance of that. Okay, that's not good for me.
So you used your bolt.
I did use my bolt.
I think I'm still going to play around it. I'm not sure if that's correct, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think at this point, I think I've like very seriously lost this game because the Standstill was able to resolve. So I'm not even sure at this point that it's worth playing. You put the card on top, yeah, I know what it is too. So from the Serum Visions, yeah, I was kind of hoping you bottomed it. If you topped it, I was like, all right, at this point, I can concede now. Because it doesn't. I kept it on top because it flipped Delver more than anything else. Like I would literally rather almost any spell in the deck. My only out really right now is that I can resolve a kicked Scourge of the Skyclaves to halve your life total. that's like literally my my win condition at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a good use of Stifle, but
wow. So you have Stubby D and the last one is Stubby D. I mean, sure.
Yeah, and my hope is now you have to use your Verdict here.
I kind of want to be honest.
I know you do. Yeah. All right. So now I need to draw like a Scourge of the Skyclaves here, and if I don't, I think I just lose. Yeah, I drew my fourth Stifle. All right, so we're done. Okay, cool. So, I mean, that's a great example there of Standstill just beating this deck on its own. Like, I kept a kind of a risky hand. It had the Stifle, and I was like, oh, maybe I can just win with, like, land disruption and stuff like that. But no, I mean, that was not able to get there. But there's a lot of dead cards in this deck in this matchup. And like I said, we were trying to mulligan based on not knowing what was in the opponent's deck. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to not do it to some extent.
So I kept, I think I kept like the Counterspell, the 2 Standstills, and an Island and some other cards. And I like an Opt. An Opt was another card. So I said, well, if I can find land with the Opt, I'm very good here, and I can power through the at least one Standstill here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable. Yeah, I like that. All right, I think I can cut some number of lightning bolts too. That was kind of what I was a little unsure of, but you can see how the way I'm sideboarding here. I don't want to just tell Nick exactly how I'm sideboarding because that's not really fun. But, but yeah, this is kind of the plan. So I think I'm happy with this sideboarding plan here. There's a chance that this card right here doesn't need to be in the deck, but I'm bringing it in. All right, so we're on the play. The hand, like I said, the one that we kept before was a lot better on the play than on the draw. Yeah, I like this hand a lot. I'm gonna definitely keep this hand.
So I usually don't like mulliganing against a discard-based deck, and so I'm taking a screenshot right now because I'm going to keep this, and then we can talk about, or you can talk about it in the comments, whether this was a good keep or not.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I'll if you send me the screenshot, I can superimpose it right here into the game, I believe, and we'll see. This is going to definitely challenge my editing skills. We have not. I've not usually. If you've been a fan of this channel for a while, you know that I do all of my banners and stuff like that, and thumbnails in Microsoft Paint. And if a video takes more than about 15 minutes to edit, I usually just kind of leave it the way it is. So
yeah,
this is going to require some real editing.
I don't think you need to edit this because now you can see my hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, sure. So I don't need to edit it. So yeah, but would you keep this hand? Is what is being asked with this. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I think I have to take the Mentor because I want this game to go long, and I don't think I can beat the Mentor. So, yeah, I mean, Teferi is also scary. Like, the whole hand's kind of scary, honestly. But I think I can beat Path to Exile more than anything else in this hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a perfectly fine keep, Nick. Like, I would keep that hand in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's got 4 lands, like... So, yeah, Nick, are you supposed to... I think in this matchup, you're supposed to play around Stifle there. That's just, like, something I'm thinking of here. Like, I'm pretty sure you're just supposed to fetch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't have it here. Like, I'll just tell you that I don't have it. But, but yeah, it seems a little loose.
Yeah, I think with more practice, with Stifle being in the format, and my brain functioning a bit better because I'm still suffering from the post-COVID syndrome, and my brain is a bit I have some form of brain fog, if you want to call it like that. That is one of the reasons my plays maybe not as sharp as.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's just a really weird one. So I mean, I told him that because I was like even if I had Stifle there, I wouldn't have used it on it because it's just like we're learning here. We're not like pretending that we're perfect with this with the new format or anything either. So
yeah.
All right. So I think I'm gonna take a draw step because this game is gonna go a little bit longer, and I'd like to. Yeah. So I think there's no reason for me to get Luris here because then I can't bluff anything. Yeah. So I guess I'll just start trying to deploy some threats here.
While you were talking about the learning aspect of this format, as in this video, I was just thinking many people may not know how to play with or against Stifle, for example, or Standstill.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was happy to get you on with this, because like I could have tried to play with someone else, but a lot of the other people I know are not Legacy experts at all. So all the cards we're playing here are Legacy, and I mean I think Legacy is probably your best format.
At least I love the format. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna fire up the path here.
Ooh, I guess I have a couple of different options here.
The thing is, I want to play Teferi next turn.
Yeah, I know you do.
And so.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna let that resolve. I think the first one I'm gonna let resolve. The first spell for sure. There's definitely an option there to get a swamp. There's a chance that swamp was actually the correct thing to get there because it's a little easier with Luris, but I have a lot of blue cards in my hand, so.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. So you're telegraphing like Stubborn Denial, and I cannot play a Teferi into that. And so the question is, do I want to... Well, I guess I'm going to do it, and then we can talk about the idea of it being bad. And I'm showing you, like this. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so you think you can beat this Death Shadow via cycling things?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Okay.
That
I mean it's going to resolve. Yeah.
Okay. Now the question is, how many lands do you have to lower your life totals?
Right.
Life total. Yeah.
Yeah. The answer is none in hand, but if as soon as I draw one, it's off to the races.
And so this was the getting Luris into hand. Right?
Yeah. If you open up the game and chat log, it says that also. I don't know if you play with that open. I always do, just because people if someone's not looking at the game exactly or misses exactly what I'm saying, they can go and read it. So I have it open. Someone asked me to do that like way back when I first started making content.
Another interesting aspect that you can do with, or an interesting play you can do with the with this deck is if you have a Teferi Time Rebel on the field, you can actually play Standstill, pass the turn, get the turn back to you, and then bounce your Standstill, play something, and replay Standstill.
Right, and because of the way Teferi works, the opponent can't get a spell in there because they're not able to.
So.
If you have the Shark Typhoon, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yes, I have it. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start off by Stifling the Shark Typhoon trigger. So you'll get to draw your cards, but that'll be the first spell that I fire off here.
And now I cannot crack, but I'm hoping to draw... No, I cannot draw that one. I ordered it out. Okay.
Oh, the Force Negation. Yeah, Force Negation was definitely coming out of the opponent's deck, because I'm... Yeah. All right, so now the opponent draws the card, so they're up to 7 in hand, which is a scary number of cards in hand.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and then I'm going to cast a Bauble. Gonna Bauble my opponent to see if I can get a little bit more information. So they have a very good card in hand, or on top of their deck. That's scary too. And I definitely tapped wrong for this also. Yikes. Oh man, they have another Standstill. Oh man, I can't beat any of these things.
Yeah.
And so this is just a great example of like the game being over. Like I have to take the Standstill here, and that's it. That's just the game. Like I now lose. So opponent's gonna get to resolve some stuff, and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a good draw. Maybe I can do something about it now. We'll see.
Before we had these, like we don't have these cards right now, but like before I played against Death Shadow, I usually had a lot of problems playing against the deck because they would run me out of cards and I couldn't like get back into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Standstill just beating everything is just it's just crazy. I mean that happens. Okay, and you are gonna bounce the Teferi or the okay. Yeah, I mean I can't do anything. All right, and opponent also has Counterspell up, which is just an absolute mess.
Well, you have Stubbornly Done, but it's just a Force Spike.
Yeah, it's just a Force Spike, exactly. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to start off by attempting to bolt the Teferi, and then you have to decide whether or not you want to Counterspell it. No, okay. All right, so that works out well for me then.
I mean, I've prolonged the game. You used resources onto my to kill my Teferi, and now the game is sort of okay again for you, I guess. But at the same time, so I'm gonna get the Force Spike here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna Flusterstorm that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna Flusterstorm that. Just I have a couple of options here, but I think that's the one that makes the most sense to do here.
Yeah, and I mean I can't play around that. So
that also Flusterstorm plays around Force Negation if the opponent still had it. Is the thing. If you Stubborn Denial, you could have still All right, so I know what card you drew last turn. I know what card you're gonna draw, and I can't beat any of it. But
okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I think I want to play this.
Yeah, so I knew you had that in hand. You've played that, so I know that you have these two cards in hand. Okay, so you're going to snap Path Me here.
Yeah, this is a bit awkward because you get another land out of the deck, out of your deck, but I don't want you to draw another card.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I can still like pretend to have drawn. No, you know the cards I've drawn, right? Every card.
Yeah, I know you have Cryptic Command Shark Typhoon in hand.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what the other two cards are though.
Okay.
All right, so I have a couple of options here. I could just deploy some threats. I could... Yeah, I think I'd just deploy some threats. I don't think that I want to do the thing with this card. We'll see. If I draw a third threat, it makes it... Oh, actually, that's really good. All right, so we'll do this. We'll top, and then I'll play Death Shadow.
Sure.
And then I'll play Scourge of the Skyclaves. I had the option of kicking it, but it seemed like, I mean, it would have made it a lot bigger, and it would have put you at 8, but also that way I wouldn't have been able to hold up anything, and also wouldn't have been able to deploy the Death Shadow because it would have been literally all the mana. It's kicker's 6.
It's 7 for kicker.
Oh, 7 total. Never mind. I wouldn't even have been. Yeah, I couldn't have cast it. There, thank you. I was thinking. I was like, oh, I think I can cast this with the kicker, but yeah, that's a crazy amount to kick. All right, never mind. Take back everything I just said.
Do I want to, like, in my upkeep, I could, before I draw the card, put Standstill up there, and then try to...
Do you think you can beat this board with Standstill?
Yeah, because I can, like, every turn I can create a shark. The thing is...
Okay.
No, probably not. I should probably wait another turn. Okay. At the same time, I can bash you now for 4 in the air. I have a colonnade.
That's true, you do.
Yeah. I'm trying to read into your silence right now.
All right, so I'm going to kick this off by hymning you.
Okay. And I think I'm going to counter that spell and tap on your team.
Okay, and then I'm going to stubborn denial that.
Yep. Did I just anticipate that you had had this, or did I know about it?
I don't know why you would have known about it. I mean, unless I told you I had it.
No, I think you telegraphed it, but you didn't.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you discard... So your remaining card is a Shark Typhoon. That's scary. Yeah, anyway, so we're getting in. Pretty sure this math works, because you can attack me for 6, but I'm attacking you for 8. So then you would need to make a baby shark. Oh, I guess if you make a baby shark, do you just beat me? Is that how this works? So you go, so you make a baby shark, you attack me for 1 or 6, then you have a blocker. Ooh. All right, well, if I attack with both, then the top of my deck has to be kind, but also I don't think I can win if you just make... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just got to go for this. Yeah, because you can just start attacking with the colonnade, and I can't beat the colonnade with what I have on board. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm pretty priced into this play.
I think I can let one attack go through, right?
The Skyclave is going to get a lot bigger. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Like,
I mean, if you have the rage, you have the rage.
Rage doesn't even kill you there, yeah.
Here's to hoping you don't have another Stifle. Okay.
No Stifle.
Okay.
Alright, so Nick could put me to 1 here. I managed my life total exactly correctly. Alright, so you have Shark Typhoon in hand. You can make a very big shark. So I need to draw...
I just cycled the Shark Typhoon.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, you just cycled the Shark Typhoon. Right. Okay, so I don't know what you have in hand anymore.
Yeah.
So this format is just a little bit strange for both of us. So neither of us are making like exactly the tightest plays, but I mean, we're getting there. Alright, so just attacking with that and then planning on blocking with the colonnade.
No, I just had a fighting part. That was really a lapse in my... Sorry, I meant to activate the colonnade there.
Oh, okay, so I'm at 2. Let's just tap the mana, and I'll just say I'm at 2, and that the Death Shadow is bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I can, like...
Yeah, I can force... So if you have the second Shark Typhoon, I can have you show me it now.
You can see I've drawn a land, and
you drew a land. Okay.
Like, so when you like in this situation, I could have just attacked with colonnade, chump, and and then next turn swing with Colonnade, right? Then this way
I would have been at 1. Yeah, I would have been at 1 if you would have done that, because I was at 9 before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you win.
Right.
Like the next card would have been a standstill, so no.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're actually on to game 3. Look at that. I thought I just lost that one, so yeah. Cool. All right, so for sideboarding for game 3, do I want to change anything? The only thing I can think of that might be kind of interesting is that I could just play an engineered explosives and just keep it on 2, so if you ever play a standstill, I can just blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's... I mean, that just seems like really bad value. Like, I shouldn't be putting myself in situations where I think that's the right play. And I think I like everything else. Like, I think I like these here.
Well, you prevent me from really playing a standstill. Because if you have the engineered explosives, you can play it like the game on your own terms.
I guess that's true, yeah, but I want to be the aggressor in this matchup. I don't want to be the reactor, especially if you've got standstill.
Yeah. But this is also a classic example for, you having dead cards against like this deck wants you to have dead cards, and then
right, yeah,
game 2 finding all the good stuff and just playing well to beat me. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, I have a super borderline hand, but I think on the draw I'm going to keep it. I have things to do. It's a little mana light, but I'll be, I think, okay. There's definitely some tension as to what kind of land I want to play, or what kind of land I want to fetch, which is a little interesting. Yeah, I don't like that part of this.
I really don't know if I need to. I think I need to play around your Stifle, but I'm also not doing it right now, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to get something on board, so I'm just going to go ahead and yeah.
And this is where you fetch and respond.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it depends. I mean, if you weren't planning on using the mana this turn or next turn, then seems fine. But if you were planning on using the mana, then yeah, you probably should have just main phased fetched.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get I think Watery Grave makes the most sense, and play a Delver.
Okay.
Wow. All right. This is nuts.
I mean, I'm not here to.
This is that was a really nice card to reveal. That's I didn't think of that honestly when I was looking at the when I was looking at the deck list and how it was constructed and stuff like that. But that actually makes a lot of sense as to why the Agadeem's Awakening is in as the last land. Because if that was a land, I wouldn't have flipped the Delver.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. All right, he's got a Prairie Stream. I guess that's why he flipped the Delver the way he did. So there's some question as to whether or not I'm supposed to break the standstill at some point. I'm the aggressor right now, so I think I'm supposed to let Nik make the first move here.
Yeah.
Because I might be able to interact with a shark positively, especially if I draw another land, where I might be able to just fight through the standstill that way. Yeah, all right, perfect. Did draw another land.
I did not want to hear that.
Well, I really wanted to draw a land. I mean, we're in a standstill here, so that's what happens.
So that was pretty much my plan. I had enough lands, and
so you're gonna do that. So then I'm gonna stifle the making of a shark.
Okay.
Yeah, stifle that. All right, then you draw.
I'm like the more I think about this game and the way it plays out, the more I think about bringing in Force of Negation into this matchup.
It is kind of interesting, yeah. Previously in this matchup, you didn't have. There wasn't a specific card that you were trying to protect, but now there is. Standstill is so good that I think there's a chance that you're even supposed to force a negation, like a Thought Seize, so that you can resolve the card.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Cool. Yeah, and I kind of feel like because we have bad cantrips in Modern, another Verdict in the sideboard would be good.
Yeah, there was a Verdict, and then you told me to change it to a Monastery Mentor before the match.
I just said we need a mentor. I didn't say we need to cut the Verdict for that.
Well, that's true. Okay, all right. Well, we could cut something else, but like that was the flex spot. I thought we kind of both were like, all right, this is the flex spot. So. Yeah, I mean, you're way up on cards on me, but I've got the tempo.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. So, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here. I think I gotta... Yeah, I think I gotta do this. All right, this actually... Yeah, that draw makes a lot of sense. All right, so now I'm going to bolt your mentor.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Ooh. You're going to Flusterstorm.
So there's an argument for not doing that, but
Yeah.
I want the token, and I also think that if Richard now pays for the Flusterstorm, he may not have, like, he will not do all the plays he wanted to do initially.
Yeah. I think you're right, actually. Yikes.
Plus,
This is a thing. So, another thing to note is that I have a Flusterstorm in hand. And Flusterstorming Flusterstorms is not easy to do. So I could pay... So I have options here of paying 1 or 2 mana to let this bolt resolve.
You can just Flusterstorm it.
Yeah, but that costs 1 mana.
Yeah.
So it's basically, do I want to spend a card and pay 1 less mana, or do I just want to pay the additional mana and keep the Flusterstorm in hand?
Okay,
Yeah, so it's a weird one. I think I'm just going to pay...
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to pay this for the Lightning Bolt. Yes, actually, it's very important that I fetch here, or otherwise my plan doesn't work. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to get... Yeah, I'm just going to get a Watery Grave. That's fine. All right, so your prowess triggers.
And this is another situation where I would have loved to have Force of Negation in the deck again.
Yeah.
That is, again, I think I know what to change, but yeah, right now I'm stuck with what I have.
All right, and I guess I'm going to pass here. We're going to try to play around Verdict a little bit. We'll see if that's the right thing to do or not.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm fine going shields down here. If you have a Verdict, good for you. You got it. But I think I can rebuild because I still have my companion. and stuff, and I'm restricting you on mana a little bit. You're gonna, eventually go down to 1 or similar. If you have a Jace here or something, that's also good for you. But out to Fairy, that's a good one. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'm happy I did that because I wouldn't have been able to use my Stifle if I didn't do that. If I didn't play my hand literally the exact way I did. So it's good. Going to 1. What do you got? I was just playing around Stifle again. Okay, fair. Yep, that's fair. Yep, just playing around Stifle. All right, let's him you. See what's going on.
Let's not.
Oh, Spell Snare. All right. Wow, there's not very many 2s in this deck. It's good. Good.
Yeah. Which is why I was very frustrated with having freaking Spell Snare in my hand. And, yeah.
All right, I'm putting lethal threats out there, just making you have it, because now with Teferi out there, I can't beat Verdict like I could before. So now if you have Verdict, I'm gonna have to rely on resolving my companion over the course of a couple of turns.
Yeah.
So you just got to show it to me. Also, you get to buy turns with cryptic commands and stuff like that because you have your Teferi.
Wow.
Oh, did you just draw it? Wow. That's... Oh, boy.
Wow. It's probably a bit early to do that, but you wouldn't have played around it, so no, you would have played around it, like, you wouldn't have just jammed another threat.
Yeah. So, and I think now, at this point, I'm pretty lost. There's... I guess theoretically a series of draws I could make, but yeah, don't crack that fetch. That's not going to end well for you.
This is not going to end well for you.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do have bolts in the deck. Some number of them. I think it's 1. It's not very many.
And this is a situation where, like, you want to be in. You really want to be in as a standstill deck.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. How do I do that? So this one resolves and... Yeah, right. So you can actually cast 1 card with this, right?
Yeah, don't fetch. You're gonna lose.
You can interact with my fetch. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I'm at 1 life. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Like, dude, like I know there's a lot going on, but don't kill yourself. Makes for bad content.
Like...
Makes for bad content.
Yeah. Yeah. But I really, like, I easily oversee, like, these things.
Sure,
super frustrating. Super frustrating. So I'm gonna bounce this. I'm gonna nuke this. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get an island, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just need to do 1 damage to something, so I'm just gonna fetch, I guess. Alright, that's not the worst draw.
Mm.
Alright, you got a dead card on top. I like that. I'll play my shadow and pass. Make you use your Planeswalker loyalty and or find something out. Counterspell. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, well...
So what I really find now is Standstill. Again.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can find another Standstill, I think I just lose. I'd have to get super unlucky. I have a handful of counterspells, and you have a Teferi out.
Yeah. So 4, 5. I mean, one more life, and I could be very cheeky about this game.
Yeah, I think drawing and that's probably your best bet. The plussing and minusing of the Jace doesn't really do that much.
Mm.
What's this? Oh, Teferi. Yikes. All right. Well, I mean, it's not getting any better, so we're gonna run out a Snapcaster Mage. Yeah.
No.
All right. Nice, and it's on the 7th edition counterspell that I'm dead. I have a hand. My hand is Flusterstorm and 3 Stubborn Denials.
Yeah, I think next turn I will be hard casting Shark Typhoon and then ending the game.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. All right, so that's match number 1. And we got wrecked by this. It was pretty crazy, actually. And we'll be back for round 2, and we'll be switching up decks. We'll let you know what we're playing, and you'll see some more content here.
Yeah, this was super fun.
Cool.